Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you an update. This is the 1958 Chevy Impala, and obviously we have it on the rotisserie and we've tilted it sideways. I'm going to share with you, we're going to get ready to prep this now for black two-part epoxy to seal all of the metal. We've got a little bit of cleaning up to do, a little bit of sanding first. But now that we have all of the fabrication done, this whole bottom floor, with the exception of half the trunk piece that's on back order, all of the fabrication is complete now. So in previous videos we shared with you where we replaced the inner and the outer rocker panels, the front floor sections. In a previous video when we were talking about the fabrication, we were just dry fitting and setting up all of the bracing and all of the mounts that go between the frame and the body, and now we have it all complete. So virtually all the metal is new. As you come along, the camera person can come down the sides here and show. So we've got the rear floor pans in, we've ground the welds smooth, we've had to make these support pieces because you can't buy these. So this main section here is in really good shape. They claim that they never rust out, but ours was quite rusty, so we had to cut out the old down on both sides, because that's your rear mounts. And then we drilled a hole. It's thicker plate. We drilled a hole, we welded a nut on the inside because the bolt goes through the frame and up into that support piece. When we get to the back section, you can see incredible amount of work in the wheel wells, the outer quarter panels, and then we made all of these pieces. This inner wheel well is original, but we had some patching to do. I think the camera can pick it up. We've got inside the wheel well and around, so you've got patching in here, in here. We had to make these boxed in pieces. They don't sell those either. And then we come to this other side and you can see where we've made other pieces in here too. So the excuse me, this parcel shelf, if you will, is all factory original, and then virtually everything in the back end was rotted out. So you can see we have the new half floor, the inner and outer lower quarter panel, that would be on the driver's side. So that's all been cut out and re-welded, and then you can see the same thing when you go to the driver's side wheel well. We had to basically reconstruct everything on the inside. You can see all the new steel patches here, and then inside the wheel well we had to make a patch, and then back in here, and then we had to reconstruct all of the edges. Same thing on this side here. This is all new. So some of the patches are a little bit tricky, but we made all the ones that we needed to make and then ground all the welds smooth. So then we'll prepare all of this. Our next step is to prepare it all, and then we're going to apply the black two-part epoxy, which will seal that steel and it will bond to it. We've done as far as we can go at this stage with the one half of the trunk, pardon me, the trunk floor. You can see we've done the tub and the outer quarter panel and the spare tire hump that goes on the inside. So we have all of that set in and fabricated in place. So once we have this epoxied, we're going to turn it, take it off the rotisserie, and we'll set it on a dolly, and then it's going to take about another 4 weeks or so for this rear floor to come in, but we've got a lot of work to do on the back end. So as we come along, we'll just have to step over the rotisserie. You can see there's still some rotted stuff. Pardon me, really common on a 58 Impala is this rear, they used to call it a tool tray years ago, and you can see it's all rotted away. There's a bunch of fiberglass and different kind of body fillers and products that were hiding all of this. So we have that piece, but we don't have access to it on the rotisserie. And that's one of the reasons why we're going to take it off the rotisserie and set it on a different dolly that we've made. And then as we come around here, you can see from another angle, pardon me, you can see the new half a floor on the driver's side. You can see all of the repairs that we needed to do to the inside of the quarter panel, the lower quarter panel, the rear tubs, and then coming across. And then we stopped here because there'll be an overlap. The other piece will come to this seam to join them. So there's quite a bit of reconstruction we're going to need to do in the back area, but we'll be getting to that once it's off the rotisserie. And then we've got quite a bit of work that we had to do along here. Once we removed all of the caulking and product that was around the back window, you could basically stick your pen or pencil through in numerous places. So it looks quite barbaric right now, but we've made pieces with the proper grooves, and we just have to grind them smooth, and it will look just like factory for the back window. And then same thing on the driver's side, it was rotted, and it's a really common area. This car had been pooling with water for quite some time, and it rotted. You can see there's a lot of caulking and stuff over the years where they were trying to seal that back window. And then I think the camera person can go through the back window, pardon me, and you can see all the fabrication to the floor on the inside. So we showed in a previous video where we had done a lot of the patches, and some of the panels were purchased, like the front and rear floor pans, but the middle sections and all the reinforcement pieces, we had to make those here in-house. So now that that's all welded and ground smooth, you can see if we come over to this front section, we've done some black epoxy previously where I wanted to protect the firewall and the cowl area and part of the roof. So now that we have it in this this setup, I'll be able to apply the two-part epoxy to the rest of the dash, the whole inside. We'll finish the roof, and then we'll do that back side. So just a quick update. So this is the 1958 Chevy Impala two-door hardtop. I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.